Good afternoon, students. Today we will see about mechanical ventilation. So, as we know that mechanical ventilation is a kind of artificial ventilation which is supplied by a machine to maintain your gas exchange when your pulmonary systems are not working well. So, basically, it has been divided in three different parts. Number one is pressure support ventilation. Number two is volume support ventilation, and number three is synchronized or mixed pattern of ventilation. Okay, so we will see what type of the pressure ventilation is again divided in the positive pressure ventilation and negative pressure ventilation. Now, if we see the negative pressure ventilation, so what is the principle? So, if we see the normal physiology of respiration, we have a certain amount of negative pressure. We have a 760 mm of Hg in the environment, or it is called one environment, and our airways, especially the alveoli, have a 756, that is also called as the -4. Then only the outside oxygen can be reached in. Same way, whenever the carbon dioxide has been produced after all ventilation process, it's have a certain amount of 762 to 764, and outside is 760. So same time it can be carbon dioxide only come out, not other gas or oxygen come out while doing the expiration. That is all the pressure mechanism has been set beautifully by the God. So in the negative pressure, in the chest wall, pressures in the airways, alveoli, pleura are decreased during the inspiration and create the trans airway pressure gradient through which the air getting opening and it is going inside the lung. So previously when started, it was started as a iron lung or chest cuirass. This was the procedure was used initially when the started in the 1950s. First it was used in the Boston. First it was used in a negative pressure ventilation in the Boston Children's Hospital. It is also known as the drinker ventilators. After that, during the polio outbreaks in 1940s to 1950s, it was most popular to use during such condition when, because in the polio we get damage to the respiratory muscles due to anti-Hall cell get involved. That was about a negative ventilation, negative pressure ventilation. Now we will see what is positive pressure ventilation. So that is a concept was used in the military hospital during the World War II, and after that it was used in the polio epidemic as well. So what is positive airway ventilation? So whenever the patient is during the expiration, we require certain amount of positive pressure, then only we will get a certain amount of the flow from out to in or in to out, vice versa. So both the pressures are required to maintain your normal respiration. So now first we will see what are the positive ventilation. So number one will be the PEEP, that is positive and expiratory pressure. CPAP, that is continuous positive airway pressure. Number three is PSV, that is pressure support ventilation. Number four is BiPAP, that is bilateral positive airway pressure. Already we have seen detail about BiPAP, and nowadays because of advancement in the technology, BiPAP is not considered as the part of an ventilator. It is portable device is also coming which maintain a certain amount of pressures in both the ways, either in the inspiration as well as in expiration. So that is why it is a different device is also coming. We have seen in detail about that. So first we'll start with what is PEEP. And expiratory pressure, when the patient is completing his expiration, going for the next expiration, certain amount of pressure is been maintained, so lung does not go for complete collapse. That is called as PEEP. Normally it is kept as a 5 mm of Hg. So indication is intrapulmonary stenting is there, or there is a refractive hypoxemia or decrease in the FRC, that is FRC is functional residual capacity, and lung compliance decrease. Okay, so that time this PEEP help to maintain the collapse, prevent the collapse of the lung. So what is the physiology behind is? Physiology behind increase the alveolar distancing pressure and increasing the FRC by alveolar recruitment, and improves the ventilation and ultimately improves the oxygenation. So work of breathing is decreased. That is the how the PEEP is working in or in PEEP can be used in the combination mode also to avoid, even though there is a certain amount of volume volume support is used or other mixed support is used, PEEP can be used all the ways. So benefits of it: restore the FRC, it restore the alveolar recruitment, decrease the shunt fraction, decrease the work of breathing, increase the partial pressure of oxygen, and decrease the fraction of oxygen. Now what are the side effects or detrimental effects? Are barotrauma, there will be direct trauma to the lung because they keep on maintaining, decrease in cardiac output, decrease in mean arterial blood, increase in mean arterial blood pressure, and decrease the renal blood flow. These are the side effect or detrimental effect of PEEP. Next mode will be the CPAP, that is called continuous positive airway pressure. So here the constant pressure will be maintained even though PEEP is applied throughout the breathing. Either the patient is doing actively breathing or patient is doing spontaneous breathing, throughout inspiration and expiration, both the cycles, the positive pressure will be maintained, so there is no collapse of the lungs can be done, and this CPAP can be done without any intubation. This most of all kind of positive airway pressure can be used without any kind of intubation like ET tubes or Ryle tubes something. It can be just given with the mask also. That is the beauty of ventilation, that is a non-invasive kind of ventilation, but it can be given in the invasive patient as well. It can be given with the complete face mask will be closed and certain amount of pressure will be maintained in the local area, so the patient can put certain amount of pressure or ease of the patient to produce the inspiration as well as expiration. So that is called as CPAP, that will be continuously both the ways it will be maintained. And BiPAP already we have seen. BiPAP is also one kind of non-invasive ventilation from mechanical ventilation. It can be given through the nasal mask also or nasal prongs also or complete face mask, while CPAP can be given only with the closed mask, and it's a certain amount of dangerous for the certain amount of facial injuries most common. And inspiratory pressure support will referred as a IPAP and expiratory support will refer as a EPAP. We can change both the ways or we can use together. It is known as the BiPAP. It is most supporting all the patients of the chronic ventilatory failure diseases like COPD, all kind of neurological disorders like GBS, and nocturnal hypoventilation in case of the patient is having like asthma disease, where it is continuously patient is having a nocturnal disease. Next will be the PSV. Here the breathing will be spontaneous, trigger will be done by the patients, and limit will be the pressure support only, and flow will be flow cycle. So patient breathes spontaneously and it will be automatically the machine will stop and allow the patient to get his breathing. And when the patient's breathing effort has reduced or stopped, machine will sense and trigger the normal pressure to maintain the normal cycle. Suppose taking the tidal volume of 300 ml, and after that it has been stopped, then machine will sense it and it will give a certain amount of positive pressure support to continue the breath and go for the next breath is available. That is how the pressure support, PSV support is used. Same way the pressure can be support, the patient is able to generate up to the 754 or 758, but beyond that patient cannot go. Then this mechanical ventilator will supply a certain amount of positive pressure so the patient can complete his inspiration and go for the next expiration. This is how the PSV is used most commonly to increase the tidal volume, to decrease the respiratory rate, to decrease the work of breathing, and to facilitate the weaning when we are coming down from the higher mode of the ventilation or complete independent support on the ventilation, from where we are reducing to the less support, and ultimately we are removing the ventilatory support and going for the normal breathing. That time this PSV is most commonly used. These are the kind of pressure support mode of the ventilation can be used to maintain your ventilation when the patient is not able to put the breathing effort irrespective of the cause.